Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the show that's leading the media lineup. Welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. It turns out that on Tuesday, they had Tom McDonald on Fox News, coming with the same story that we already brought you, about the lyrics that days earlier we discussed and we talked through. The ones we fucking broke down and live streamed and walked through. We're honored that the mainstream media copied us, but we're a little shocked too. But it's about time someone gave them a roadmap to trot to. So Fox News, if you're still listening, we got you. Have us on your show for a little impromptu. Give your audience something that they can flock to. If not, we'll get so fucking woke that there will be hate letters wrote, and we'll ask people to block you. In fact, we'll go on anything from CNN to Fox. We'll make a quick stop through and explain how the bullshit that you've been on is not news. Anyway, Tom fucking Washington, what's been up, man? How are you?
Why'd you change that to Tom and not Tommy?
You know, I wrote Tommy.
I know. That's why I said it.
I'm all fired up.
Well, what?
Tom McDonald, man. I'm so happy he's on fucking national news. That fucking video dropped Friday. It's got over 3 million views.
It's a pretty good song, man. It's a pretty good song. I'm happy I was able to listen to it.
We're going back 10 or 15 years when I learned that you could make money on YouTube. And I want to say that it's like 10 cents a view after 1 million views. Now, I don't know if that's still the number.
Well, I think they all get a different shit.
Sure. But
for depending on how big their channel is.
I mean, you're talking, if that's this dude's over 6 figures a year just on YouTube clicks at this point.
Oh, that's what most of these people with YouTube, man. Why do you think we stream live on YouTube?
That's a good point. But so here's the thing. This guy, when you buy an album, he hand signs it before he mails it to you. Every single album is autographed. So now I'm just thinking, like, this dude's hands are trash at this point.
Hey, remember that time that you said, hey, we should move the camera? Because I feel like we're always not looking at the camera.
Yeah.
And then you just went on for about 5 minutes looking at me the entire time.
Well, on the intro, we're always talking to each other.
Well, you're looking down reading the pad.
I'm not much happier with where the camera's at because now it looks like we're looking upward. I'm not sure there's a way to satisfy me at this point.
Well, I can't put it in the center of the television.
That was actually my next question. Could we put the camera in the center of the television?
Well, then it's going to block the stream. And that little tripod thing we got going on over there.
Doesn't go high enough?
Doesn't go high enough.
All right. We're going to figure this out. It is significantly better. I think we can agree on that.
I guess. I mean, why don't we let the chat?
I can actually look at you in the camera now, so I don't have to look at you to talk. Like, I'm looking at you and talking to you right now.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
That's pretty dope.
How pumped are you?
Oh, Erica says this camera angle is really good. She clearly is talking about me, but thank you, Erica.
Yeah, whatever you say about me.
Why did Mason say he feels bad for Miss Squirrel?
Because Tim was in the chat first and said first.
I get it.
I think you need more light now. The shadow is real. Well,
the only shadows I see are with the liquor cabinet.
Yeah, and that's because it's bouncing off a piece of glass.
Or your bald ass head. One of the
Well, that's why I'm wearing a hat. But
true.
I haven't shaved it a couple days either.
Okay.
You want to get in the mail, Pat?
Yeah, let's fucking do this.
Speaking of mails.
Oh, Mason said my entire face is shadow. Oh, I see what they're saying.
Well, it's like the third chin, right? It could also be
that's what the beard's for.
You could just move that light down. I mean, we don't do it right now. But
Erica said we need a ring light.
A ring light? Is that like a flashlight?
I think that's like the doorbell thing. Unless I'm wrong.
What am I doing over here? How's everybody doing?
Mason said that's what I use on the stream. Oh.
Oh, you know, we don't have a ring light, but we have a light that can attach to the top of the camera.
Okay.
No,
come on, get with the TikTokers. That definitely says TikTokers. Erica's just on TikTok smoking the reefers.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Pat, we got one piece of mail in. I bet you can't guess who it's from.
If I were to guess, I'm going to say Dip Dizzy Whistle. That's based on two things. One, you told me yesterday that Dip Dizzy Whistle mailed in. And two, today on my lunch break, I read it.
That's a pretty good one.
Was it a good guess?
Yes.
All right, cool. Am I reading this?
Fuck yeah.
I'll tell you what, that glare from that light not helping this situation. All right, here we go. Whew, that's a lot. Chicken shit, Pat. After listening to the podcast, all I heard was excuse after excuse as to why you wouldn't fulfill your part of the deal. I really didn't think I, of all people, would have to call you out on this. You were probably the most literal person that I know. You take everything literally. So this time, I'm going to take it literally. The deal was 100 Instagram followers for the podcast, and you would do something that would inflict pain on you. This would be placed on YouTube for all to see. What happened? We're going to stop the email right there. Dip Dizzy Whistle, there's a video coming. It's already been recorded, and I will tell you, I was not happy. There is a small issue.
It didn't really inflict pain, though.
Did you feel like it was a pleasant experience for me?
For you? I can say that. I don't know how it was for you, Pat. I can say this. I was so disgusted with what happened that I hope we never have to do anything like that again.
This is the first time I've ever heard a man say that to me.
Really? Even after that one that she has to have his dick
that
put
was
in
a
your
girl. Well, that was a woman. Fuck you, Tom. No, yeah, Dip Dizzy Whistle. So Mason and Carissa came over with the baby. And after taking a lick of some turkey gravy baby food, it was gritty. And I thought, well, this is not going to be a challenge. I thought this plan has backfired on Tommy. I'm going to get one over on him. And when I took a big bite of that baby food, I vomited and I vomited and then I vomited.
I said it a couple times that I didn't think he was going to puke.
Yeah. And then Tommy was like, hey, man, just have one more bite. So then I vomited. So the video's coming. We have some technical difficulties. The video's too long to download, and then Tommy can chop it. But until he can get it downloaded to chop, we're having some difficulties.
I got it downloaded.
Okay.
I did get it downloaded. I had to go this makeshift way of getting it onto my computer, but we got it there. It's just that the software I used to edit was not cooperating last night, and Mason and I wanted to stream The Forest. So, well, I streamed The Forest, and I'll edit it on Saturday morning.
There you go. Moving on. Now, all I'm hearing is that you want to dig deep, really embrace your followers, really get them engorged. Well played, Don. What is a better way than to make a video of steel entering your flesh? You having a penis enter your mouth, like you're dreaming of? Tommy is a man of his word. What happened to you? Seems to me that Mason is working his way up into your job. Just saying, time to man up, chicken shit, Pat. Is it fucked up that we named that chicken outside of that store that Don was my boss at? Chicken Pat. And now he's calling me Chicken Shit Pat. History has a strange way of repeating itself. Moving back to the email. Also, Tommy, another idea for the podcast. Why not talk about the games and things that happen during your twitching sessions? It seems like a good way to put the two together. Hopefully, you're name dropping the podcast on Twitch. Are you? I can't see shit. Because
also, you guys need a PO box for the podcast so the number niners can mail in items to inflict pain on Chicken Shit Pat. Have a great day, Dip.
Why do I feel like Dip Dizzy Whistle is willing to mail a stun gun? I feel like that could get us all in trouble, like federally, like big trouble. Dip Dizzy Whistle, you know where I fucking live. If you want somebody to torture me, just drive on over and drop the tool off. I pee when I stand up. I'm not afraid of anything. I watched a Ric Flair video earlier today, and he had bladed his forehead, and he was just like rapping it and talking shit to Triple H, and the blood looked so good that I just thought, man, when the weather's nice and we can be outside, because I can't cut myself in anybody's house. That's fucked up. You bleed like shit from the face.
Well, why don't we just do it in your house?
Because I still have to clean that blood up, bro.
What?
I'm thinking
it's your house, though.
I'm thinking the backyard. And maybe some sugar glass. If we can find sugar glass, you take me down with the sugar glass. I do the job on myself. And we got a pretty sick video.
All right, I'm done. I just watched, me and Eric have been watching the British Bake Off show. Remember I said that?
Here we go with the fucking British Bake Off.
For one of the finals, they had to make like a case out of sugar glass.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Did they break it?
No.
Oh. That's the part I'm looking forward to.
Why don't I just hit you with a real piece of glass?
What if it doesn't break? That would just hurt like fuck.
It'll break.
You ever hit yourself in the head with something thinking it would break and it didn't?
No.
It ain't fun.
I try not to hit myself in the head.
When was the last time you bit your tongue real good?
Oh, that's the worst, dude. And I'm clumsy as fuck. I do it all the time.
We ordered Pepe's Pizza at work on Friday.
I heard.
And this afternoon...
Mother...
That's an alarm. That doesn't count.
Sure shit, 9 minutes in.
Yeah. This afternoon, I took my lunch break, and I was heating up some pizza that I had brought from home, but there was still Pepe's Pizza in the fridge, so I was like, I'll eat a piece of that cold, and proceeded to bite down on my tongue so hard that I literally put my hand in my mouth to see if I was bleeding, because I thought I was pouring blood. My tongue hurts so bad right now.
That sucks.
It does.
Mason says we can get a 12 case of sugar glass bottles, like TV stump bottles. Nice. We have some glass in the back.
Erica wants to use real glass. Erica said, backyard that fell out of the greenhouse. I'm sure that it will break.
Oh yeah, that's
right.
true.
That's Erica. I'm not sure you
Thanks, Erica. That's a great idea.
Sugar glass. That's fine. That's fine.
Anyway.
What if we had Russian roulette where we get a bunch of sugar glass, but there's also some real glass mixed in, and we just start smashing each other in the head with them, but we don't know which one's which?
Huh.
We hit each other with the glass or sugar glass, Russian roulette style.
With one real bottle?
Yeah.
Like we each get a case and we each put one bottle.
Yeah. Fucking great.
Shotgun on a Zima bottle.
What?
Like dibs on me getting a Zima bottle on my thing.
Okay. That's just weird.
Zima bottles are like a good half-inch thick.
Oh, so they're not cheap. They're the opposite of cheap.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
All right.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it for mail time. We appreciate the feedback tip. Anybody else want to email in? Let us know. We did send out a newsletter on Monday. We are gonna Mason, I know that you don't think we're doing anything right now, but you don't have to text us shit during the show.
No, he texted me a link on Amazon to sugar glass bottles.
Yeah, dude, I know. Send it to the email. Come on, Mason. Get it together. Anyway, we didn't send out our newsletter. We're going to send it out tomorrow because we have a Would You Rather, but we wanted to put it out on the show first, and then we'll send it out in the email. And we're getting a little bit off beat, so we'll probably use this one for, what do you think, 10 days?
Bro.
What do you think, 10 days?
What's that?
I'll send out the email.
The newsletter?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you get this out tomorrow morning, we're going to be good a week from today.
Yeah, I know that we'll be good a week from today, but I like doing it on Mondays. So I'd rather...
Okay.
Like, maybe I'll just resend the question again on Monday.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir. Because the email is all ready to go out, by the way, except for the question.
This 12-pack of sugar glass bottles, which will break overheads, I think we should have a little shindig, my backyard, your backyard, somebody's backyard when the weather warms up, and we should stick with the Russian roulette theme. We should fill these 12 bottles with 12 different things. And then we should spray paint the bottles on the outside.
So that you can't see which one's the real bottle.
And we get some number 9ers to join us. And everybody just takes a fucking glass bottle to the head. And, you know, like one's got jalapeno juice. One's got whatever, water. You know what I mean? Like some are good, some are bad. Well, you know what? We'll put money in some. We'll do something to make this worth their while.
You're fucked up.
I'm excited.
You don't need to look at the phone. I sent it. See earliest commands. Okay. Well, send it to the email then. All right. Moving fun. All right. So we're going to try and play you guys something. I have no idea if it's going to work because I didn't test it, which is...
What is it?
No. It's something near and dear to my heart, Pat.
This isn't in the outline.
We talked about it literally before we went on the show.
Today?
Yes.
Huh. Oh.
You fucking dumbass.
Yep. I hope you all enjoy the painstaking hard work that it was to get through this.
So we're going to change this to this.
What are you putting?
Good day, ma'ams and sirs. Have you been trying to find me, my hype man Pat, for bonus content? exclusive merch, extra dick and fart jokes, and videos that are more captivating than Pandora's box of pregnancy porn you've been hiding from your wife? Well, Three Finger News that's sure to shock you, just did a whole article letting us know where you can find our podcast at iTunes, Spotify, pretty much anywhere podcasts are available. Don't forget to check out our live stream of podcasts on YouTube at 10:30 Sundays and 7:30 Wednesdays. If that's not enough and you're yearning for more streaming, you can also check out our gaming live streams on Twitch and YouTube. Follow and subscribe to Number 9 with Tommy Podcast. Check out our Facebook page and Instagram page at Number 9 with Tommy Podcast until Zuckass pulls a trump card and sends us packing. Speaking of packing, you can have merch from our show packed and shipped right to your front door from number9podcast.com. And don't forget to sign up for our weekly newsletter and subscribe at each of these sites. The Number 9ers are always welcome to drop us a line at thenumber9podcast.com, thenumber9podcast@gmail.com, or DM us on Twitter at number9pod2. We even hired Honey Buns to sort through that shit and decide which ones we'll have on air. I say good day.
Beautifully done, Tommy. Beautifully done.
Let's fucking clutch. Let's fucking clutch. What do you guys think? Tim loves it.
I think the first go round, everybody should love it.
I did that in one take.
We have branded him 10 Take Tommy, and that was for the first line. Phobic said we could tell. So we are going to continue to evolve. We're going to make shorter ads that will, like we'll have a Twitter ad, we'll have a Twitch ad.
Oh, it's better than the live plugs, huh, Mason? Well, in case you guys didn't know, check us out, Number 9 Podcast.
Oh, my Christ, don't do it. Anyways, we're going to have shorter ones. We'll drop them more frequently in the show, but they'll be less lengthy, which will be nice. I also recorded a version of what Tommy just read, and we'll drop it at the beginning of the show, I'm sure.
No, we're going to play it right at the end, and we're going to play it to these guys. Duh.
Oh, boy.
We're going to do it just like we do every other episode.
No, I'm saying you should put it at the very beginning of every episode, right before the intro.
I think we should make a separate one for that.
Okay, we can do that.
Like a real comedy one. Like, so Pat and I'm not really well, here, let me record this. Oh, shit.
What'd you do? You didn't record that.
Yeah, I did. I didn't have to record it. I dropped it in.
What are you shitting?
I forgot to put in the outro for Mealtime.
Inconvenient. You guys missed when we were ready to go live on air, and Tommy just straight shut the thing off, signed out of the computer, had to sign back in. I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, I hit Windows L instead of Windows right to move the thing to half screen. So it fucking logged me off. But maybe the plugs only go in the podcast and the live crew doesn't have to put up with them. I'm down with that. Mason, have you not been listening to the podcast? You motherfucker.
Why'd you say that Mason's not listening to the podcast?
Because he said that's an amazing idea. Like, because Phobic, I know, doesn't listen to the actual podcast. So.
Yeah, but Mason's saying, I do listen to the podcast. That's why I don't want to hear the ads. Put them in the recorded one, not in the live stream.
No, I only played them in the live stream just so you guys can hear. I'm not going to play them every episode. That'd be fucking a waste of time.
Beautiful. So there's a bonus for listening to us live. You will not. I mean, this isn't going on the fucking podcast because we're not recording right now. But you guys, you live listeners, have the bonus of not hearing the ad reads. Mason said, no, I don't listen to the podcast. I download it and ghost it.
Thanks.
I listen live.
Real nice, Mason.
That's a good idea. I never thought about ghost listening to it.
All right, anyway. All right, that one was for you, man. We recorded a ad read, if you will. Put that in there for you. We just played it for the live stream. They'd never want to hear an ad read again.
That's the plan, Dip. If you listen to us live, you won't have to listen to the ad reads anymore. All you who are listening to this in your cars or while you're making sweet, sweet love to your wives, you won't have to listen to us.
Why are you inferring that only men listen to this? Or lesbians?
I just assume that like while Carissa and Erica are cool, I don't know of how many other cool women are in our circle listening to this podcast. That's not true. Charlotte representing, I'm sure.
You're so sexist.
Charlotte just followed us on the Instagram, I believe.
Did you?
I believe.
I just got Dip is now following us on Twitter.
Nice.
That happened today. I'm pretty excited about that. So anyway,
gotta keep growing these followers. Everybody, if you're listening to this, go fucking follow us.
Yeah, pretty much. Follow, subscribe, like, whatever you got to do. They're all
Mason
a little different.
Said, I can guarantee there are now less cool women in there.
In here.
Why is that?
Well, I haven't seen Carissa on today.
That's a good point.
She must be fighting with Mason. And she's boycotting our stream. All right, anyway. So, last episode, Pat, we talked about the Robinhood thing. Oh, she is there.
Carissa's in the house.
So we talked about the Robinhood thing, remember?
Yep.
So I think it was Monday morning. So after the podcast, I get an email from Robinhood, and this is what it says. I thought it was hilarious. I was going to put it in the live stream here, but it was a lot of words, and I couldn't put it in. Nice. Breastfeeding. Cool. So this came.
She didn't say breastfeeding, you asshole.
She said I was feeding. Same thing. A note from Robinhood. Hi, Thomas. We wanted to reach out to you after transformative week in the markets to answer quick questions. How we know many are asking. Why did Robinhood limit certain stocks? We understand that the temporary limits we placed on certain stocks this past week were frustrating for many, especially since we built Robinhood to expand access to investing. We have always sought to put our customers first, and we want to be able to invest on your own terms. Jesus, why aren't you reading this?
You chose to read it, I guess.
To help explain what happened and why we had to take action, we wrote a letter to our customers and captured the key understandings for you below. For Robinhood to operate, we must meet clearinghouse deposit requirements to support customer trades. The deposit requirements are determined in part by how much stock the firm's customers hold, blah, 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 blah. It's a bunch of bullshit. And then at the bottom of this, it says, we did not want people to stop buying stocks, and we certainly weren't trying to help hedge funds. I thought that was the funniest part of the whole thing.
I thought that was a very declarative statement. Like, no, we're not on the wrong side here.
Yeah, which, I can't, like, when you really think about it, right? They got to have enough capital to pay out these people if they cash out.
Yeah, no doubt. It's no different than, that story that we talked about in Florida, where people were signing up for accidental dismemberment insurance and then cutting their fucking limbs off or shooting their limbs off.
Yeah, to get
those insurance companies can't continue to sign policies. They have to stop or find more companies because insurance, you sell part of that policy. So you're never really insuring. If you have insurance with a company A, they sell to B, C, D, and E, and they all split your policy.
But like, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
This shit started happening last Monday.
Yeah.
They didn't limit the stocks till fucking Thursday or Friday. So they knew this way ahead of time and just chose, like, their timing of saying this stuff, like doing it, like the actions that they took, were just bad. It was just a bad time to do that.
When did they held out as long as they could, but it continued to spike and spike and spike.
No, they actually limited it on a day where it was dropping.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like on the overnight, it started to drop. So they're
a trillion people started selling. They were saying, no, like you can't sell. Like we don't have the clout.
They actually said you can only sell. You can't buy back. You can't buy into the stock. You can only sell.
Interesting.
You see what I'm saying? You see how what they're saying doesn't really, and I don't know. I don't work for Robinhood, but never once did this guy get on the news and say that. When he got interviewed by everybody, he wasn't saying this shit. He was saying, oh, well, it's we're doing this to protect our customers, not to cover our own asses.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which, if you're a leader of a company, maybe you come on and sit, like, listen, we ain't got the fucking capital to pay these people, so we got to stop it.
Yeah, I certainly would have. I don't even care what the story was. If they told the same story twice, I'd have been happier.
Yeah, but it was always something different. But anyway, So I just want to. I got that the other day, and I thought it was pretty funny.
Robin Hood, stealing from the poor, giving to the rich. Our opinion hasn't changed.
So Pat, you have these. We're gonna do Super Bowl facts.
Fuck yeah.
I think we should do the downers first. The downer thing that you got over here.
Okay.
And you can lead us into that.
All right. So I threw this article in there. There are, countless articles that are the same story over and over and over. So the title of this article is, "For months he helped his son keep suicidal thoughts at bay. Then came the pandemic." It says, 1 in 4 young adults have struggled with suicidal thoughts since the coronavirus hit, CDC says. "I could see the storm coming," says a father. He visits the grave every day. And every day, Ted Robbins asks himself the questions that have plagued him since the night that his 16-year-old son killed himself 1 month into the pandemic. What if Robbins hadn't canceled their family vacation? What if their school hadn't closed down? What if his son Christian could have leaned on his best friends through this rough patch, as he had in the past? But one question haunts him the most. What if the pandemic never happened? Would my son still be alive? So I'm not sure how much we need to read into the article. But I will say that it goes on. It says 75% of young adults struggle with suicidal thoughts now. That went from 1 in 4 to 3 in 4. It says in the last 30 days that 1 in 4 have considered suicide. It shows that from 2018, young adults, I'm only covering young adults in this, young adults had thought of suicide in the past 30 days at a rate of 10.7%, and in August of 2020, it was 25.5, which is 250% of the previous number. I think there's... 100% would be 10.
20.
Nope, 100% would be 10.
Yeah, but it's 100% more, so it makes it 20.
Yeah, it's 250% of, or 150% more.
150% more, that's...
Yeah. I didn't misspeak. Fool.
Still think you did.
No, it's 250% of the original number.
Okay.
Anyways, what do you think of this? This is, when I say this is one of countless articles, the numbers
Oh, no, I know that this has been, especially since, I know you're big on mental health, so I'm going to go along with this one. But no, I think that...
but this is like...
No, I know that the pandemic, and this isn't just kids, dude. You know what I mean? You're talking about adult, there was a point when all this first happened, Erica didn't leave the house for 3 months.
I remember. And man, when I came over, she was so happy to talk to an adult, just have a conversation.
Yeah, so it's an increase of 100%, but it's... Yeah, we got it, Mason. Thanks.
Thank you, Mason.
Go fuck yourself. You still suck at the game, so... Wow. Anyway. No, I think this is why it's important to get people back in school. You know what I mean?
And...
Back to living a normal... School. Listen, wearing a mask fucking sucks. I hate it, but you know what? If we have to wear a mask to go back to our normal lives, whatever. I have to wear a mask anyway at work, so I might as well be able to go out and do what I want to do.
Yeah, most of the girls that I sleep with, I encourage to wear masks over their entire face since I started having sex. So I'm not opposed to this at all. Really, though. Kids, I almost feel like they need to be in school. I can't imagine. I was going to pose this a different way. I wasn't going to use the article, and I was going to say, Tom, could you live without this? Could you live without this? And I was just going to list all the things that these kids are forced to live without. And I was like, whatever.
Well, to be fair,
well, you're an adult. That's what draws the difference.
Self-isolation to me is perf.
Correct. So, yeah. And so the trend that we saw at the beginning of the pandemic, the first 3 months of the pandemic, was actually a dramatic drop in suicide rates. And they said it was because, there was tons of relief offered. There was the stimulus check right away. There was, people were getting off of work for the first time in years. They hadn't had a vacation. They didn't need to go anywhere. They just needed a fucking break. And kids, are you kidding me? That's like an extended summer break. Let's go. After 3 months of it, everybody was like, this is not what I had signed up for. I'd like to go to work now. I'd like to fucking make a real paycheck. I don't want to live off of the government.
To be fair, I'm still looking for that time off.
Yeah, we haven't missed a beat. But that was actually a point I wanted to make. We haven't seen any of this. We haven't seen an increase of, like, nobody from our workplace has committed suicide. We don't know of anybody attempting suicide. We don't know of anybody. You know what I mean? Our lives have not as dramatically changed due to the pandemic as a lot of lives have.
No, yeah. And I'm with you. Like, I remember seeing a video. First off, Erica said, is that to protect you, them, or you, Pat? And it's probably a little bit of both.
Mostly my eyes.
Because they're so ugly. I hope Emily hears this.
Emily is by no stretch allowed to wear a mask in the bedroom.
Oh, now you say that. Anyway, I remember watching a video, and so this guy posted a video. His son committed suicide after he broke his monitor that he had just bought him.
Oh,
right. So his dad bought him a monitor for his Xbox. The kid broke it by accident, and his dad had just replaced it because he had broke it before because he got so mad, and his dad was angling it on he committed suicide because it's a horrible story, right? Because it's a child that committed suicide.
And the parent takes personal responsibility
for it. And so he blamed it on the pandemic. And I'm like, nah, dude, like that kid killed himself because he was afraid of getting in trouble and he didn't want to disappoint you because he broke it again. Like that's really what it came down to for me.
Sure.
But I don't know, like, I don't know that kid. Like, I don't know the situation.
Right.
Other than what he's saying in the video.
Yeah. I will say, especially, I mean, I think it's actually to a lesser degree. Like, thank God this pandemic happened now and not when we were in school. But our social circle was our entire life in school. And I'm not saying it's not now. Luckily, they certainly are less sociable. Like, they don't spend the time together. They're online and shit.
Yeah, but at least they have that. You know what I mean? Because if this happened when we were kids, first off, our parents wouldn't have been having this shit. We would have been back in school a long time ago.
If this shit happened when we were in school, my mom would have been like, pick your 5 closest friends and get them over to this house so you guys can entertain each other. And if you get sick, you all get sick. Fuck it.
Well, not only that, it wouldn't have like our parents would have put our asses back in school. Like they would have been like that father in Virginia that totally lost his fucking mind at the board meeting.
Right.
Which, in his defense, he had every right to, like, these people aren't doing shit.
It's a weird time. Obviously, it's unprecedented. So how do you react? But I certainly think that the fear of putting kids back in school and putting me back in a restaurant and putting the 21-year-old back in a bar or the 23-year-old back in a nightclub has to be weighed against the fear of not fucking doing it at this point.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to kill myself while I'm sitting at home because I work 5 days a week. I have plenty of human interaction. My friends, let's face it, are basically people at work. Like as an adult, you kind of grow apart from your high school friends and you start to gain friendships with people at work. And you guys don't hang out nearly as much as you would have with your high school friends. So I'm not worried about me. I'm not worried about even people my age. Certainly not people in like the necessary, you can't see me air quoting, necessary work fields, because we all are going on with life as usual. But the people who have kids in school,
well, I wouldn't say that, right? Because I bet you if you go and look at nurses' suicide rates and stuff like that, I bet you're through the roof because of the stress that they had that's so much higher than what their normal, like the normalcy stress that they would have.
But I'm saying the people whose lives haven't really been affected by the pandemic. Yeah. Nurses have been, they're on the other end of that spectrum.
Yeah. Well, you said
necessary jobs.
Yeah, necessary jobs. But
not all of us.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. First off, Mason said Joanne would have been calling the superintendent daily until we went back to school. I assume Joanne is Mason's mother, and the reason she would have been calling is because, well, Mason, she doesn't like you and don't want you around the house.
Erica, who is in a school system, contributed. There are so many kids who have issues and diagnoses that kind of depend on school teaching them coping and calming strategies, because home doesn't do that because they didn't learn them when they were younger. Wasn't really a thing. So that's a fucking really, really good point. I mean, we're talking about an entire generation of people raising kids that have special needs. Autism is a special needs.
She's not saying special needs at this point. She's saying kids in general because they
latchkey kids.
Because what she's saying is homes aren't teaching their kids these coping mechanisms that you
Right.
need to become an adult. And the schools are teaching them because the parents aren't doing it. And back, like, our parents taught them that shit because they, like, knew how to raise kids, I guess.
Yeah, every one of our dads can change a tire.
Fact.
Yeah. Man, I hate what happened.
He
It
just
says-
said Tom needs to get his cholesterol checked. You seem mighty salty today.
That's fair.
I'm not
That's
salty.
fair. I feel like Tom seems saltier and saltier by the moment. But it's like the stock
The
market.
fuck is that supposed to
He's
mean?
steadily increasing, then sometimes he'll dip, but he always goes back up. Erica says, when we were younger, we were latchkey kids, meaning parents weren't home when we got home. That's a fact. Yeah,
You know how many times I locked myself out of the house and we had to sit out on the doorstep and wait for my parents to get home?
this is true. One time I locked myself out of the fucking house. So I was like, whatever, I'll play basketball in the driveway. Bird shit right in my fucking face. Motherfucker. I'll never forget it. It got all over my shirt. Piece of shit bird. Anyways.
Jeez, Pat, you're awfully salty towards that bird.
Yeah, I hope that fucking bird died
They're probably
quickly.
dead by now.
This is a serious fucking problem. I worry for all of the kids, especially so the solution to this, I suppose, is A, get them back to as close to normal as possible. But then B, how do we recover from this? Is there damage that's going to be long lasting? Like, is there damage that isn't going to be undone by getting them back to normal?
Oh,
I guess
sure.
call it PTSD over this. That seems weird because they're not really going through
Like,
like a
I'm sure there
traumatic
will be.
occurrence, but over time, has this caused enough damage?
so here's my thing, Pat, and you know how, like, I am not a quote unquote snowflake. You
I
know what I
agree.
mean? So here, and I have a hard time personally understanding what people go through because me myself, I feel like I'm a strong, independent person, and I've been taught these things to get through them.
I don't think empathy makes you weak.
Well, no, but my problem is like you're saying, are these going to be long lasting effects, right?
Right.
And I guess that I could see that it could be, but at the same time, I want to say, like, well, get the fuck over it. You know, like,
Yeah, but you're
we
talking-
have to go back to normal.
How many times have we tried the get the fuck over it, and then we went, oh my god, no, it's not that simple. You know, we
Well,
we
it's the
did that
problem.
with
People,
what happened.
Tom's a strong, independent woman that don't need no man.
We'll see later when we get to the would you rather. Are we doing anything that you know of? And I'm dead ass. Anything, a single thing that you know of to prevent suicide in the 10 to 25 age group right now?
That's not something I'm on. I couldn't tell you.
Or so it's not all over the news, anyways.
Well,
I'm saying,
Pat, here's the thing: helping people is never on the news.
okay, no, well, it kind of is. Like when we ran into a crack epidemic, we had the egg in the frying pan, right? And this is your brain on drugs.
Great.
This is your brain on drugs, right?
Well, I see commercials
We have-
for
Click it or ticket. We have you drink, you drive, you get arrested, whatever the fuck that one is, the DUI one. So for things that start to plague us as a society, we always come up with, you know, we put money into, even if it's a stupid slogan, we always put money into it. So where is the slogan that the 17-year-old kid who's struggling because he doesn't have any fucking friends? Because I don't feel as bad for the popular kids. I think the popular kids are kind of sustaining at least a little bit better through social media. Now, don't get me wrong. What made me think of this today was that I watched a story about a fucking starting quarterback high school football player. So they're not off the hook. But I think the kids who are a little bit of loners to begin with are really the ones who need to be able to sign every time they get onto Facebook and see that slogan. You know, like don't fucking.
So I
do
would
that,
think of
call
it the
here.
exact opposite, right? The kids that are the loners don't thrive on interaction with other people. The popular kids are who do, and that
I can see that point too.
you know what I mean. So Erica says, I think that everyone will have some lingering effects. Depends on how much people let it affect them, which is kind of my point. Like, how much are you? how much are you going to let it affect you overall? She said, my niece became a straight A student during the pandemic. Other kids failed everything. So it's going to be a case by case thing. I don't know.
I just at some point,
Thanks
like
for bringing
we're
up
on a
suicide,
scale,
though.
right? Nobody can see my hands other than our live audience, but we're on a scale. And the pandemic hits and they go, everybody's going to die. Well, that outweighs the good of living normal. Now, the good of living normal weighs far more heavily, right? As we see the harmful effects of the pandemic and isolation. So at what point have we tipped the scale to where we go, okay, a lot of people are going to catch corona. A lot of people are going to get COVID-19. A lot of people are going to die, but it's a smaller impact than it would have if we continued living the new normal.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we've tipped that scale. In fact, I feel like we're past the point of tipping that scale and it's a snowball effect and we need to react dramatically and quickly. Like all sanctions are off, get back to normal tomorrow.
So Phobic said, I believe you're looking too much of surface level things. Whether someone is popular or not is not a determining factor whether they're suicidal.
I'm not saying that it's a factor. I'm saying my concern is more with that particular type of person. And again, I see Tom's point.
Well, and that's what I'm like Tim said, obviously on the surface.
Right.
I'm saying as a generality, I'm not saying that it's like the rule, right? I would say in my, like, what's the word I'm looking for, Pat? Like my
experience?
No, my like my vision of it, like my I don't even want to say understanding, like
concept.
My assumption,
okay,
right? Of like, you assume that popular kids are happier, right? Because they're popular. That's all I'm saying. I agree. It has a lot to do with mental health of the person.
Fucking Phobic Squirrel. This fucking guy from Lincoln Park still has people so distraught. He's like the fucking 2000s fucking Kurt Cobain. Phobic Squirrel said, why Chester Bennington? These motherfuckers love Chester Bennington. I still hear that name so fucking often. If it means anything to anybody, you guys have immortalized this motherfucker. He'll never die. And don't get me wrong, I like Lincoln Park, but I mean, to some of you, he meant so fucking much. I guess it would be like if Eminem had killed himself when I was in my early 20s. You know what I mean? I get it. He's just, Erica said, I would compare this pandemic to maybe the Great Depression, similar mentally. Thoughts? Phobic said, someone seemingly popular and has everything. Chester Bennington was a cover-up, was Mason's response. And Erica said, except it hasn't been as long as the Great Depression. What if it is? What if, I mean, Fauci said that these masks stay until 2022. My response to that, as somebody who's not struggling with the pandemic and who doesn't mind wearing a face mask all that much, was, I can't fucking do this for another year. And that's just me being fucking whiny. I can't imagine what it's like for somebody struggling right now. I don't know of an outlet for them. And I think there should be an in your fucking face everywhere you turn. It should be getting mocked. People should be making memes about it. People should be making fun of it. A fucking slogan, a phone number. There should be limitless resources for these kids. Well, we shouldn't make fun of it. No, but that's how it would go, right? Just like the drinking and driving ads, just like the click it or ticket stuff, just like the brain on drugs. It gets made fun of because it's everywhere, because it's pop culture. It becomes a part of society. That's the level that we need to be at. And I don't even know the starting point to get help if you need help. That's the fucking problem. It should be forced down my throat all day, every day, like a dick in your mouth. That's right.
Moving on.
I took a turn and burnt you.
Burned me?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about that time you asked that person to put the dick in your mouth.
I am not.
Oh, okay.
It was one time.
That's twice on this show.
One time.
That's twice on this show.
That's all you think about. All you think about is me with penis in my mouth.
Maybe because I want to put my penis in your mouth, Pat.
I will say
this. You feel? What does your shirt say?
Enzo.
I don't get it.
It's a brand, man. Some dude that my brother's friends with started his own clothing company. I got a hoodie. Enzo. Very comfortable, very warm. It was a great hoodie.
Cut it.
Huh?
Yo, no free ads, bro. Why don't you promote our fucking merch? The fuck's the matter with you? I
promote our merch. I wrote 2 scripts to promote our merch. I cut the hoodie because I cut all my hoodies because I can't deal with shit on my throat.
Yeah, like Erica said, She says, I disagree. If you're forcing it, then people won't pay attention. Your mercy doesn't fit, Pat. I don't get it.
I don't get that
All
at
right.
all.
All right.
Oh,
This is
merch. He said your merch doesn't fit, Pat. That's fucked up.
Well, it doesn't fit me either, except for the t-shirts. T-shirts fit great, guys. All right, so let's get on to football. The Super Bowl's this weekend. Tampa Bay at the Chiefs. Tampa Bay makes history playing at their home stadium. What do you think, Pat?
I like, before we move on so carelessly away from these children like you just did. I mean, you didn't even like try to wrap
It's
it
so
up. You were just
depressing, man.
fuck
Like,
it.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's fucking depressing. People are supposed to come listen to our podcast, have fun.
So here's other things that have come out of this pandemic.
Oh, you got more shit on that list?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Alcohol consumption, anxiety, depression, unemployment, homelessness, domestic violence, post-traumatic stress disorder, and drug use, all of which are directly related to increased suicide rate. So I'm just saying, like, we got to fucking do something here as a collective whole. I'm officially, please email in. I am looking for an answer. Tom is looking for an answer, though he seems like he's
Tim
not.
put the suicide hotline in the chat. It's 1-800-273-8255.
I wonder if that's the answer to something. 1-800-273-8255. We're going to put that fucker
He also said
into
this
a
place
script.
is whack. Because you can't put the phone number in the chat.
We're going to 273-TALK. Perfect. That's it. 1-800-273-TALK. We are going to make a little script for that, and we're going to put that on the fucking podcast, too. Erica said, nice, get around. I agree. But I'm going to fucking promote the shit out of that phone number.
I think what Phobic's point was here, Pat, was that it would have taken us 30 seconds to Google the suicide hotline number.
Sure, and we're actively pursuing suicide prevention. Somebody who's thinking about suicide isn't actively pursuing suicide prevention.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying we could have done that. Phobic didn't do it for us.
I did a lot of research for this podcast. I wasn't staying on the internet any longer.
Logic already did.
Oh, yeah, Logic has an album. So that's the phone number on that album. Okay. He said I didn't need to Google it. It's a song by Logic. That's true.
Oh, look at that.
When you look it up on iTunes, Spotify, it's like the album cover has the number on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Look at that. 2 rappers.
I think we should make that our album art. Put it on there.
That's how it works.
1-800-273-TALK. Get these kids some fucking help if they need it.
Okay. Can we move on from this?
Now, thank you so much, Phobic, for your contribution. Logic is, in fact, dope. Logic retired, but he was dope.
I gotta tell you, I tried to listen to his last album. It was okay.
You're insane. His last album was
I'm not a big
fire.
rap guy. This rap guy. I ain't selling my soul for this rap guy.
That was Rap Game. Game.
Oh.
Wow. Tom is not selling his soul for some rap guy. We know that now. Phobic said, this dude.
Clearly, I knew those weren't the words, guys.
Oh.
This rap game. I ain't selling my role for this rap game.
What's the next line?
I don't know.
I ain't digging a hole for this rap game.
Yeah.
This rap game.
I'm going to bury this guy in this rap hole.
Logic was great, and Joyner is here to take his spot. Joyner Lucas, I mean, fuck, for the last 3 years, top 3. Joyner Lucas, Logic,
Tom McDonald.
Sorry, Shady. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Logic,
He's old
Joyner
and outdated
Lucas,
anyway.
Tom McDonald. Man, Joyner Lucas is my fucking dude.
All right. We're not doing a podcast about rap music.
We're wrapping up. We're moving. Rapping. We're wrapping up.
I see what
We're
you did
moving
there.
on to fucking Super Bowl facts. Tommy's done with the depressing part of the show. He wants to move on. He wants to smile. The last Super Bowl fact on this list is my favorite. We'll get there.
Oh, I gotta go read this now, motherfucker.
No, I'll read it. Oh, you're reading the last one. Did you know that that's why that was the way it was? Oh, you're way off. Just go to the top, bro.
All right.
Go to the top.
So, fun facts. Well, the Super Bowl is one of the most beloved events in the U.S. Blah 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 blah. People
Yeah,
buy
fuck that. Go to the top. 8 million pounds of guacamole is consumed on Super Bowl Sunday. 8 million pounds of guacamole is consumed on
crazy.
Super Bowl Sunday. That's so much fucking guacamole. Let's fucking go. Chips and dip. I can't wait for Sunday, bro.
14,500 tons of chips are eaten along with the guacamole.
Yeah. I'll tell you what else is going to get eaten. Emily's going to be spending the Super Bowl Sunday with me and my family because it's a holiday. She got invited to go spend it with her family. I got invited to go spend it with her family. That's not going to happen. We're going to watch it with Mom. Like good holiday-abiding citizens.
Thanks for the invite.
Of the top 10 most watched American television programs of all time, 9 of them are Super Bowls.
Nice. The Super Bowl is measured in Roman numerals because a football season runs over 2 calendar years. I did not know that.
That's on here twice. God damn it, that was the last one. Look at the end of the list. Look at the fucking end of the list. That was my favorite one, and I wanted it at the end. Those pieces of shit. Whoever wrote this article is a fucking asshole.
I love it when I get sticking to Pat.
Did you know that about Roman numerals? Why it was done that way? I always wondered why they did it in Roman numerals.
Yeah.
It looks nice, which is what I assumed.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's
But
pretty
that
cool.
makes so much sense. It runs through 2 calendar years, so you got to use Roman numerals. Perfect. Over 700,000 footballs are produced annually for the official NFL use, and 72 of them are for the Super Bowl.
Footballs. Quick, what's 16 times 32?
Yes.
A lot.
Hold on, I'm doing it in my head.
16 times 32 is...
Let's see. If I were to round the carry the one, 512.
So that's 512 football games. Now, and that's just in the regular season, right? So let's call it 512 games. Let's call it 600 games. So they're using 100,000 fucking footballs.
Nope, that's terrible math. If it's 700,000 for the year,
it's
let's say it's about 72 because 72 of them are for the Super Bowl. So that's probably a pretty average number
per game.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like they're using 100,000 of them a week.
No, again, 700,000 for the year. So if they used
times
100,000,
600 games. 600 times 100,000 is 600,000.
do you think they're using 100,000 footballs per week? But if they use 100,
I didn't say a week.
You did.
You get it. You get what I'm saying.
I'm going to move to the next fact. It is the second most watched sporting event in the world. More than 100 million people worldwide watch the Super Bowl every year. In fact, Super Bowl XLIV, let's see, that's carry the one. It's 44. In 2010, unseated MASH's series finale as the most watched show in television history with over 106.5 million watchers.
Well, what I want to know is what fucking Super Bowl that was. Like, who played in that Super Bowl?
Super Bowl 44 in 2010, if you want to hit the Google machine.
Yeah, keep going with the facts.
The average cost of a 30-second commercial during Super Bowl has ranged from 30 commercial reportedly cost between $5 and $5.6 million. Who played in Super Bowl 44?
Phobic. The 600 games was referring to the 600 games was referring to how many games there are in a complete season, like overall. So they use 700,000 footballs.
Yeah, it's closer to 525 games first off.
Well,
because if it's 512 for the regular season,
then you're not including the 4 preseason games or 3 preseason games that every team plays.
Okay. So let's call it 550.
Okay, I just rounded up to 600.
Yeah, 550 divided by 700,000.
So they're using
700,000.
Oh my god!
Divided.
This is making for a great podcast.
Equals about 1,272 a week.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But anyway, that's a lot of footballs. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I should have known the answer to this, Pat, because it's one of, if not the greatest times in NFL history.
Why do I feel like the 49ers are coming?
No. Pat McAfee kicked off the Super Bowl.
Oh, my fucking Lord.
And he tells a story about how he hates Drew Brees' kid. Because when he was walking out, all he saw was Drew Brees' kid. Because they lost. The Colts lost to the Saints.
Yeah.
And he says all he remembers seeing is Drew Brees' kid smiling when he was walking into the locker room. He fucking hates him.
Oh my god, that's such a fucking great story.
They started off the second half with the one and only too. Pat McAfee kicked it on, it's like kick and recovered it.
Okay.
Just saying, a little Pat McAfee stat
If
for
anybody
you.
wanted to go back to 2000, 10, there you go.
That was also the start of when he became the punter of the decade.
How was that the start?
Because he was the punter of the decade from 2010 to 2020. And just so you know, he was retired for 4 of those years.
I was going to say, he retired long before 2020.
Yeah, how good of a punter was he that he was required punter of the decade and he didn't play in 4 of the seasons?
Man, that is, you can put a big blue ribbon on a pile of shit and it's still a pile of shit and he's still a punter at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Why are you talking shit?
No, I'm not talking shit. I'm making a
Man, go
correlation.
fuck yourself.
That's unkind.
I'm done doing this podcast.
The NFL has a policy against holding Super Bowl games in stadiums that have a climate less than 50 degrees Fahrenheit, unless it's an enclosed stadium.
You know when they made that policy?
After the Snow Bowl.
Well, come on, dude. It was when they played at MetLife. It was just a few years ago.
There wasn't more to that, like a solid reason?
Yeah, it was because it was fucking freezing cold and nobody wanted to play in the freezing cold weather.
Okay.
So they bitched out like a bunch of bitches. That's why at places
they're
like
still pro fucking athletes. They're like,
MetLife,
go to Green Bay.
MetLife, Green Bay, the Bill Stadium,
Gillette?
Foxborough.
Oh, is Gillette enclosed?
No, none of those stadiums will get a fucking Super Bowl.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess it also pushes for you to build a dome, like a retractable dome.
Washington won't get one.
That's right. They'll get a team name before they get a Super Bowl. Good.
I mean, fuck, the Panthers might not get one. Is that an open stadium, though? I think it is. McAfee is like the Bret Hart of the NFL. That is true.
Okay.
That is true. How do you like that, Pat?
That is completely inaccurate. I'll give you an example. Does McAfee have 5 world championships under his belt?
He is punter of the decade, and he won every year for 10 years.
Yeah, Bret Hart won Wrestler of the Decade, I'm sure, in every wrestling magazine for the fucking 90s. Does Pat McAfee have 5 world championships under his belt? Does he have multiple tag team championships? Does he have the Intercontinental Championship, United States Championship? Has Pat McAfee been a top tier star in multiple companies?
Yes.
What companies?
WWE, NXT,
I said
NFL.
top tier star. Top tier star.
You're going to tell me that he wasn't a top tier. He's not a top tier
Nice,
star.
Mid Carter in NXT.
You're fucking high, dude. He wrestled in the main event at a fucking
At a
pay per view.
Has he ever had a title match?
I don't know.
Can you name a second top tier star?
He's
that's
also
never had a
new
title
to the
match?
NXT.
I agree. That's why he hasn't been a top tier star, bro.
He was on fucking Get Up with ESPN. He announces fucking college football games for ESPN. He's been all over the place.
Sorry, did you just refer to announcers as top tier superstars?
Yes. Troy Aikman's not a top tier superstar.
He was as a football player.
You don't think he is as an announcer?
No, as an announcer, he's an announcer. At best, he's a top tier announcer.
Yeah, superstar.
Oh my god. What the fuck's wrong with superstar? Super Bowl 49, Seattle Seahawks versus the New England Patriots. Oh boy.
Mason has a good point too. He said that Pat McAfee's a better wrestler than
How is that a good point? How is that a good fucking point?
It's valid, Mason. I appreciate that. World only done in the U.S. I think he's talking about the Intercontinental.
What happened?
The Intercontinental U.S. Championship.
The Intercontinental title and the U.S. Championships are both secondary titles. Luckily, he's also won the world title 5 times. 5 times. 5 times.
What other countries do they wrestle in? Like what other countries are involved in the WWE?
Are you ready for this?
Well, I know that like they wrestle in other countries, but how many of the because I've never seen them like really like maybe once or maybe 3 times a year they go to different countries and wrestle, but you don't see their wrestle. So how is it a world championship belt?
What? You know that
they're not fighting.
There's a Canadian football league, but you still win the Super Bowl, which is considered the world championship.
I mean, maybe that's just us as Americans being too cocky.
Maybe. Bret Hart was actually a bigger star outside of the United States. That's a true story.
Yeah, in Canada.
No, all over the world. He was a bigger star outside.
Definitely in Canada, which
well, certainly in Canada.
Do they even count as a country?
They don't count as people. I think they count as a country. Was that Are there any Canadian listeners? Sorry, Tom McDonald.
No, the Super Bowl is not considered the World Championship. I think you're thinking about baseball, the World Series.
But that's actually another perfect example.
I'm with it.
You're going to say that the Super Bowl winners aren't considered world champions?
No. They're considered Super Bowl champions.
Keep going. There's one more fact.
What is it? Super Bowl XL1X 49 Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots was the most watched sporting event in U.S. history. Interesting. That was when Seattle screwed the pooch and didn't let Marshawn run it in.
Hashtag beast mode. Autocorrect. Slant pass.
What a great meme that was. Still is today. You get a chuckle every time.
Why do American teams call themselves world champions? Why are the winners of the NFL called world champions? I mean, everything is Super Bowl champion is world champion.
Oh my God,
Mason has made a dozen wrong heart jokes about Owen Hart's untimely death in the last week. And there's a solid chance
Hashtag the wrong heart.
Mason is going to experience a great deal of pain on February 15th. Just saying.
What's February 15th?
February 15th, Mason's going to meet Don Lindsay and Bri Vi, who are both gigantic wrestling fans. And we might have ourselves a little 3-on-1 match with Mason.
Owen was a treasure.
That's a goddamn fact.
Well,
shout out to Owen Hart.
He did. Anyway, did he die in a wrestling match?
He died before a wrestling match.
Oh, he was also... Was he like roided up or something and had a heart attack?
No. He was suspending from the ceiling, and previously he had trouble unlatching when he got to the ring. It took too long, and they were focused on the next guy's entrance, so they wanted him to be able to unlatch quickly. So they put a quick disconnect. This is like the top tier guys in Hollywood that they hired to do this. He accidentally released it in the air, so he fell and hit his head on the turnbuckle and died. Yeah. Gruesome death.
Oh, that was quick.
It unfortunately was not as quick as we would like it to have been. He died on his way to the hospital.
Oh, he fucking lived?
Yeah. Not great, bro. Not great.
Oh, man. I don't mean to laugh. That's not really funny. It's ironic.
All right. Mason just said the funniest thing that he's ever said, and that was, I wish Bret Hart was married to Chris Benoit. Mason, you are a bottom-feeding trash bag piece of shit.
In case you guys don't know what we're talking about, Chris Benoit killed his family.
Oh, man.
And then himself.
I just made a Chris Benoit joke this weekend because Emily was watching another old Royal Rumble to get ready for the upcoming Royal Rumble, and Benoit was on it. She was like, geez, look at this guy. He's fucking jacked. And I was like, yeah, well, he was strong enough to choke out his wife and children, so...
It's fucked up. It's not funny.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Thank fucking God.
You want to play some touchdown trivia on the podcast, Pat?
Let's do it.
All right. What player has the most Super Bowls?
I want to point out that my shit is not pulled up right now.
Okay. Right. I mean, this is easy. What player has played in the most Super Bowls?
Tom Brady.
Yes. Has 9. Has played in 9. He'll be playing in 10 on Sunday.
Okay.
Which team has played in 4 Super Bowls but has never led at any point during the game?
I know this is going to come back to me, but I'm going to say the Bills.
Nope, the Vikings. What is the name of the trophy for the winner of the Super Bowl?
Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Yes. Which player has won the Super Bowl MVP 3 times?
Montana?
Yep. If the Super Bowl is second most watched sporting event, what is the most watched sporting event every year?
Oh,
you're never going to get this.
I'm going to say the Macy's Day Parade.
That's not a sporting event?
Oh, it's a sporting event. Sorry. Okay, hold on. Don't count that.
Fuck.
It's not going to be the World Series.
You're never going to guess it, but I'm super excited it's on this list.
You're excited that it's on the list?
Yeah.
I don't know. The punting challenge?
No. The Daytona 500.
That was actually my next guess.
Soccer Champions League final. Did not know that. It's it's not Daytona. It's the Soccer Champions League final.
That makes sense.
What company pays the MVP of the Super Bowl every year to sponsor their business?
Disney World?
Well, Disney.
Okay. I couldn't think of. I'm going to Disney, but I couldn't think if it was World or Land.
Which team was the first team to win 5 Super Bowls?
The Niners? Packers? Niners.
Yeah. Which team won the first Super Bowl?
That's the Packers.
Yes. What current NFL team has never played in a Super Bowl?
There's more than one.
There are 4 of them.
Oh,
Can you name all 4?
Jaguars.
Yep.
Lions.
Yep.
Browns.
Yep.
I don't have a fucking clue.
The Texans.
Fucker.
And there you are, some Super Bowl trivia here on Number 9 with Tommy podcast.
That was fun. I did okay.
You know who didn't do okay?
Who's that?
Chris Benoit's family.
True story.
All right, moving on. That was fucked up. We did that. All right. Pat, we got to grind my gears. You ready?
Oh, I am. Are we gonna do it, or are we just hanging out? Good day, ma'ams and sirs. Have you ever found yourself dropping a hot steamer on the shitter potty? Wondering where you can find content, exclusive merch, extra sex stories involving grotesque, overweight, hairy fat guys, and videos that are more helpful than the instructional pamphlet that came with your new Swedish penis enlarger that you can never find the time to use because the dog won't shut the fuck up, the kids don't respect boundaries, and your wife is always cleaning out your best hiding spots? Well, Three Finger News that's sure to shock you, just did an entire article letting us know that you can find our podcast at iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and pretty much anywhere else podcasts are available. Don't forget to check out our live stream of the podcast on YouTube at 10:30 a.m. on Sundays and 7:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. If that's not enough and you're in for more streaming, you can also check out our gaming live streams on Twitch and YouTube. Follow and subscribe to Number 9 with Tommy Podcast. Check out our Facebook page and Instagram page at Number 9 with Tommy Podcast until your mom makes you block us because it turns out that she was fingernails and she was upset about the podcast, so she sent us packing. Speaking of packing, you can have merch from our show packed and shipped right to your door from number9podcast.com. And don't forget to sign up to our weekly newsletter and subscribe at each of these sites. The Number 9ers are always welcome to drop us a line at the number9podcast.com, the number9podcast at gmail.com, or DM us on Twitter at number9pod too. We even hired Piss Girl to sort through that shit to decide which ones we're going to air. I say, good day.
There's Pat's little whoozy doozy.
Dip Dizzy, as promised, we have delivered multiple table reads for advertisements.
You're not talking to anybody. All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right, so we got to grind my gears. Pat, what's your grind my gears?
How many of these do you want me to go through, Tom? Are we going to go through one? Are we going to go through all?
Let's just do them. I mean, because you have one main grind my gears and then a bunch of sub ones. So we'll just bang through them, and then we'll get into the would you rather.
All right. Well, this really, really puts a rash on my dick, Tom. It's people who claim that too. People who claim that they like shit that I don't believe they truly enjoy, Tom.
Okay.
We'll start with this one. Super spicy food.
So, Pat, I'm glad you brought that up. I think we should do that chip challenge.
I'm down. But not because I enjoy super spicy food, because I don't believe that any of you do. Mason, you're a very clear front runner in this. TJ, if you listen, you are also a front runner in this. Y'all motherfuckers pretend like you like these California Reapers or Carolina Reapers and these goddamn, like, you'll snort jalapeno dust. Yeah, see, Mason said I love spicy food. I don't mind spicy food. I don't mind a little kick, but I don't want to not be able to taste food for the next 7 days because of my last meal.
I don't like spicy food.
That's why I'm like Tabasco.
So,
like you eat chicken wings.
This is where I'm at. Get your parents, get your kids, right? Everybody. If we get to 50 followers on Twitch,
yeah,
Pat and I and Mason eat the fucking hot chip thing.
Okay.
That's our deal.
I'm in.
50 followers on Twitch.
Not only that, Mason has to put a Carolina Reaper on his chip.
And while we're on it, if we get to 50 followers or subscribers on YouTube as well, we'll do it twice.
Why would we do the same thing twice?
Well, we'll eat like a pepper or something for the first one's a chip.
We'll come up with 2 fucking things.
Yeah, 2 things that are hot, spicy food.
I didn't mean to. Mason said no added Reaper. I feel like you said I'm in after I said that. Then you retracted your statement.
Yeah, what a scumbag.
You're no
Bret
sacrifices
Hart.
you got to make, bro.
All right, anyway.
Kurt Angle wrestled in the Olympics with a broken fucking neck. You can't eat a Carolina Reaper?
And he won the gold medal.
Gold fucking medal. He's an American
with
hero.
a broken neck.
With a broken fucking neck.
I hate that motherfucker.
Let that marinate for a minute.
I never liked Kurt Angle.
What?
Never. Nah, when I was watching wrestling when I was a kid, I never liked him.
Well, as a kid, you weren't supposed to. He was a heel. He's a heel. That was the point.
No, the second thing we can be the unpolished plum. Look it up.
That definitely says umabashi plum, if I'm saying it right. I can tell you this. It doesn't say fucking unpolished.
No, it doesn't. You're right. I don't know where I got unpolished plum from. That's probably some kinky sex shit.
Anyways, the next thing. Freezing temperatures.
I don't know anybody that says that they like freezing temperatures.
Nah, man.
I prefer cooler weather.
I don't give a fuck if you're... Mason said super sour. That's another one. I don't give a fuck if you're a snowboarder, a snowmobiler, if you're building igloos, whatever the fuck it is. Phobic says he likes freezing temps. To that point, Phobic got married in a fucking igloo.
True story.
That is absolutely insane.
Ice
Nobody
castle.
likes to be freezing cold. You lose complete control of your body. You're twitching around like fucking Johnny next door.
That's why you have to build up the brown fat, Pat.
I got plenty of fat. I don't know how much of it's brown, how much
you
of it's
don't
white.
have any brown fat, but I can tell you this: if you build up that brown fat, those igloos won't even bother you.
Yeah, but that defeats the purpose. If you aren't cold, then you're not survive. You know what I mean? Like, nobody enjoys being fucking freezing.
Yeah, eventually you would just adapt.
I don't like it. I don't think anybody else likes it. I think they're full of shit.
I think you're weak.
You know what happens if you're snowboarding and you fall? You're in the fucking snow. That's stupid. I don't want to do that, ever.
So you don't like snowboarding?
No, snowboarding's fucked.
Okay, what's the next one, Pat?
Next one, people who say they like heights. Fuck you. Who the fuck likes heights? It's terrifying to be up high. There's the element of death involved.
We're finding out that Pat's a
death,
big fucking pussy.
jump. What?
What?
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything.
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything.
You say I'm a sissy?
What's the next one?
Next one, people who say they like a lot of pain in the bedroom. Bullshit.
That just
That shit
concretes my
doesn't feel
point.
good. I don't want to put my penis into a warm, squishy vagina and have somebody cut me open or bite my fucking nipple off. That sounds terrible. That goes hand in hand with the next one.
But okay, listen. I'm with you on that one, Pat.
Yeah,
But the fact that
I don't even know how you can maintain an erection while somebody's giving you a fucking purple nurple.
Okay, I'm with you on that. The next one, I don't know what your problem is with this, but I'm pretty sure you like having penises put in your mouth.
So you're saying, to the next one, you enjoy having your balls sucked on?
Yes.
That shit's painful, bro.
You're a
Don't be
fucking
wrong.
idiot.
I love a girl to lick my balls. Licking my balls, perfectly fine. Sucking my balls, that's like an act of war. You deserve to be punched right in your fucking forehead because that's the only thing I can reach while you're down there. It's a fucking awful thing to do to another human being. Do you like getting hit in the balls as well?
No.
Just sucked.
Yeah.
That's
and not
creepy.
like I'm not telling you to put a vacuum on it.
Listen, maybe the girls that I've been with weren't sucking at the appropriate vacuum level. Mason said Bret Hart can only climax in the sharpshooter. Hashtag the wrong heart. What the fuck?
Classic.
Oh my god. The excellence of execution getting absolutely obliterated by Mason today. Erica said it's never fun when your nose hairs freeze. Erica, I completely agree. Thank you for your feedback. The next one. I don't buy into this whole people love the idea of pregnancy and the miracle of childbirth. I heard Mason and Carissa explain the miracle of childbirth in great detail, while the little teeny tiny itty bitty baby was just an infant sitting in her crib, sleeping the day away, because that's all babies do. Let me tell you, nothing about it sounded fun. It sounded funny because I wasn't there, and I was laughing at Mason and Carissa, not with them. That shit sounded disgusting. Not to mention, I don't understand, like, I have seen beautiful women pregnant, like pregnant women who are beautiful, but at no point can these people go into sex thinking, I can't wait to completely change the way your body is because I don't like the way you are right now. Why would they be having sex if they didn't like the way the other person was right then? Pregnancy does all kinds of crazy shit to your body.
It's not about that, Pat. It's about bringing another person into the world, which is not a good idea.
There's
We're
plenty of
overpopulated
us.
as fuck.
We don't need more. Mason and Chris, are you going for another one before I go too far?
Don't do it.
Don't have another one, or me don't go too far. Anyone that says they're like Bret Hart or Michael Rappaport, I can't believe. Carissa said yes. Chris and Mason going for another baby. Why?
Carissa
Why the
says
fuck do
yes.
you want to
Mason
relive
says
that
maybe.
experience?
Maybe one day.
Here's the thing.
Don't do it.
Carissa wanted that baby for as long as I had known Carissa. We knew from the get-go that Carissa was going to be an amazing mother. I could have told you that the first time I fucking met her. But Carissa, you won the Super Bowl. Just fucking retire at this point. Don't keep popping out puppies.
What if they would have told Brady that, Pat?
Then somebody else could have a championship ring on their finger instead of him hoarding them.
I know. Him and Mahomes.
They should do an episode of Hoarders when he retires just about his fucking trophies and fucking rings. That would be hysterical.
All right, what's the next one, Pat?
The last one. I don't appreciate people who claim to like games that don't require any skill. Like fucking Candyland. There's no skill behind Candyland.
What about Monopoly?
Monopoly, there's strategy involved. Candyland is literally a roll of the dice, and you just do whatever the fucking dice tell you to do. There's no strategy involved. Like, even in Trouble, you can choose, like, or Sorry, whichever one it is, where you can choose to bring a new piece out when you roll a 6, or, like, to knock somebody off when you get a 6. There's some strategy involved. Candyland, there's absolutely no strategy. You just roll the dice. It's a fucking stupid game, and people claim to love Candyland. There's nothing lovable about Candyland.
You feel better?
You have no feedback on this? You enjoy Candyland, don't you?
Never
You
played it.
Candyland loving son of a bitch.
Yeah, first off, Sorry, number one game in Canada.
That can't be true. Is Candyland the number one game in Canada?
No, he said sorry, number one game in Canada.
I thought you were saying, sorry, Candyland is the number one game in Canada.
And Chris has a good point here. It's for children, Pat.
Mason, I just got the joke that was about Canadian culture, not the actual number one fucking game. I almost Googled it to fact check.
You're a fucking
That's
dumbass.
how fucking fired up I am about Candyland and how much fucking Tommy loves it. You piece of shit.
I cannot tell you the last time I played Candyland.
I was 35 seconds ago. You said you'd never played Candyland. Now it's
I don't ever recall playing Candyland.
Jesus, what an unreliable witness you've become.
Whatever.
Anyways,
Erica says she like Erica. Why do you do this to yourself?
Erica, what do you like about Candyland? The thrill of the hunt, the thrill of the chase. You like the competition? There is no competition.
And Shoots and Ladders.
Shoots and Ladders is the exact same fucking game.
I played Shoots and Ladders.
Chris has said to help them start to understand the game and how to play board games by using pictures. I don't need an explanation of what children like about Candyland. Children are stupid. That's why they play games like Candyland. What's wrong, Tom?
Let's do the movie review. Oh, man.
Tom's crying.
This fucking show. This fucking podcast is out of control. Who the fuck listens to this?
I'll tell you what's out of control. Tom, I'll give you a list of people who are out of control. People who say they like spicy food, people who say they like freezing temperatures, heights, pain in the bedroom, having their balls sucked on, pregnancy and the miracle of birth, and people who say they enjoy skillless games like fucking Candyland.
So basically what you're saying is anybody that doesn't like the things that you like.
No, there's lots of things that I don't like that I understand why they like them. I don't like fucking ice skating. I don't like fucking ballet. But I get it. There's talent involved.
There's talent and a good ball suck, Pat.
You have to be right, and I have to have never experienced a good ball suck, Tom.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
Mason said with Tom's new haircut, his favorite game looks like Connect Führer.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Hitler, bro. Hitler.
Oh.
Right.
All right. Mein Kampf. Movie review. Did I not pull a fucking movie review?
I gotta tell you, I thought we were gonna have a super short show. We're right in the sweet spot.
Now we still have 2 more segments to go, Pat. I'll make the movie review quick since you don't watch the movie.
Yeah. Take time, Tom.
Trying, guys. I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm usually prepared. I forgot this was on there. Oh, almost put in the wrong one again. Okay. You sure about that? You sure about that? My kid's over there playing fucking games. Okay, you ready?
You're ugly, and you're ugly, and your mother ugly, and your sister ugly. You just plain old ugly.
That's how I feel, Tom.
Okay. Streamo is all about the Christmas bundle. Maybe we should. Actually, they came out with the Valentine's bundle. I'll have that one up there soon.
Yeah.
I'm
By
not sure.
Jow, you would think that.
What?
By Jow.
Yeah, by Jow. All right, Pat. So you and I were both supposed to watch I Am Legend. You did not. I did. So I can give a full review on it. And there's a couple things I want to fix before we go.
Before we move forward, I forgot what movie we were supposed to watch.
I know, and you never asked. I would have known.
It was late last night. I was going to ask, and I went, "Fuck it."
I
bet
watched.
he didn't watch it either.
I watched it Sunday after we refuted
you watched it early.
Yeah. So I Am Legend. I said on the last show that somebody told me it took place in 2021.
Yeah.
It does not.
That's a bad start.
They also said that it took place after a failed vaccine, which I guess you can call it a vaccine, but it really wasn't a vaccine. It was the cure for cancer that they were giving to everybody.
I'm not sure if that's a vaccine.
Yeah, but it came in a vial, and you put it in your arm. So I guess you can call it a vaccine.
A failed injection.
Yeah, injection. Again, not really sure it's called a vaccine. Either way. This is rated 7.2 on IMDb.
That's a pretty good rating.
The only person in it is Will Smith and a dog named Sam. Okay? There's a couple other people that sprinkle in, but no like main characters. I give this movie a fucking 5.0. Kevin James? Kevin James is in it?
What week else is Kevin James in the movie?
I don't remember Kevin James being in it. We're not talking about Hitch. So, was he in it?
IMDb, I Am Legend.
So this movie's about this guy. He's a doctor. He's one of the people that created the vaccine and started handing it out. The problem was
Will Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is immune to what happens to everybody who took the vaccine. Like 10% of the population is immune to what happened. It created a virus that went viral. You died and became basically a zombie. I'm pretty sure that this is where they came up with the idea for The Walking Dead because it's very similar, right?
I buy that.
Except they can't be out in daylight. You can only be out at night with these things. Tim sent me a Discord link on it. All right.
He is not credited.
I'll have to check out. Hold on one second.
Oh, Willow Smith is in it, though.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the son. He was the sound guy, I guess.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, that screenplay was written in 1971.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to. All right, so Kevin James was in as a sound guy. Tim sent me a YouTube video. I'm gonna watch it when we're done with the stream because it's probably gonna be funny. Yeah, it's very slow. Watch it now live. Well, I can't, dude. There's a lot that goes into that, and I'm not ready to do it. Anyway, it's just not a good movie. right?
Okay.
It's short, but it's drawn out, if that makes sense to you, right?
Did that movie have a happy ending?
So there's also, I found out there's an alternate ending.
Always awesome. Alternate endings are the best.
I don't, unlike you, Pat, I don't want to give away stuff. But what happens is, in the real movie, Will Smith dies.
Okay.
But he has the cure, and he gives it to this girl with a butterfly tattoo.
Okay.
That's not really giving away the ending. Kind of. And she goes off to this place where all these people live and give him the vaccine.
Oh, okay. Does he die of cancer?
No, he dies because he gets eaten by the fucking zombies.
All right.
Yeah.
Fucking Mason says, my favorite alternate ending was the 1997 Survivor Series, which is where Bret Hart had the infamous Montreal screw job and had his career ruined by Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon. Mason, I hate you with a burning, burning passion.
Classic Mason over here tonight.
Ooh.
And he said I was salty. Yeah, so
Mason's on fucking fire.
I guess my review of the movie is, if you haven't seen it, don't fucking bother. It's not worth it. If you like The Walking Dead, you already saw what happened. How you doing? Keep it moving.
That's kind of my memory of it. I will say this. Did you watch The Butterfly Effect?
Yes.
With Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did like it. I watched it when I was younger.
Yeah.
And it was like fucking trippy for a little kid. You know what I mean? To understand what's going on. I bet you if I watched it now, I'd probably have a greater appreciation for it, but it's still very hard to follow.
I recommend this to everybody. Go rewatch The Butterfly Effect. Only if you can find the director's cut. The director's cut ending is a fucking doozy.
Is it?
Yeah. Totally didn't see it coming.
Nice.
It's a good one.
Yeah. By the way, the ultimate ending in this is he doesn't get eaten by the zombies and he gets up. That's pretty much it.
Gotcha.
So, like, there's not a lot of action. So Eric had this good point, right? So he's throughout the movie he logs stuff, right? Because he's a scientist.
Yeah.
So he was actually in the military. That's kind of it. That's not where it starts out, but it shows you that he was in the military when he created this thing. So he documents stuff, and what he says is, so at one point, one of the zombie guys, he gets into this building where they're all at, and one of them chases him out, and he exposes his face to the light, to the sun, and it starts to burn away his face. Okay, you following me?
Yep.
And
so he's Edward from that movie with Bella.
Yeah, sure. So while he's logging, he says,
Twilight.
They're totally losing human survival.
Okay.
Like, no evidence of humanness in them at all anymore.
Okay.
Right? Because they're disregarding their survival. But later on, that fucking guy sets up a trap for him that he had set up to catch one of the fuckers. You know what I mean? So he mimicked his trap.
Yeah.
To catch him.
Yeah.
Right? So clearly their survival, like, they were very intelligent. They were like fucking humans, just crazy.
Right, but like biologically, their bodies weren't capable of like fighting off things that we fight off on a daily basis.
I don't know, because they're technically alive, but they eat people. They become cannibals and they can't be exposed to sunlight. It never really explains what they are. But if you get one and inject them with this thing that he made, you find out by the end of the movie that if you keep the body cool enough, it'll work.
All right.
And bring them back to like normal.
That sounds like a sumo-sized suckfest, if you ask me.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't. But they never mentioned it. Yeah, and they never mentioned it in the guy's diary. Well, it was, or the fact that, well, you got to remember, he gets knocked out and then the dog dies and he goes a little crazy and, like, he never gets back to the diary after that.
Mason said, speaking about crazy humans, Twitch on Saturday, watch us fight off crazy cannibals.
Facts.
What time are you guys playing on Saturday?
We'll probably get on around 6 again, Mason, you think? 6? We'll send out a tweet, Facebook post, the whole 9 for it.
Okay.
But we'll definitely be on Saturday, mid-afternoon. It's not tonight, bub. Not tonight. We do the podcast tonight.
It's Wednesday, podcast night.
Podcast night, Thursday night's pool night, Friday night's pool night, Saturday, stream night. All right. So that's it for the movie.
I'm going to talk about what's coming up on next week show.
Yeah, after I put it in the thing.
La, 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 la. 3 intros and outros on the show today. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, man, this was actually a pretty good episode. And here I was thinking that it was going to suck like normal. Fuck, man, I got to do the Would You Rather intro, too. I'm not even going to do the Would You Rather because we're not going to answer it, right? We're going to give our answers on the next show.
What the fuck?
Huh?
I set up so there were 3 intros. Bro, my favorite part of the podcast.
3 Finger News?
No, the fucking Would You Rather. But we'll talk about the next show, and then you can do the Would You Rather intro.
Pat, you want to talk about what's coming up on the next show?
I sure do.
I bet you do.
We're going to have a Karen segment.
I hope you find that video.
We're going to have some newsletter responses to the question that we're about to read to you guys.
Maybe.
We're going to have a story about somebody who's too woke and needs a nap.
Pat,
What?
you're too woke and need a fucking nap.
I'm not too woke.
You ruined the whole podcast what you said to me when we weren't recording.
What I said to you when we were recording.
We'll talk about it off air.
I feel like you're just staging this.
Ready to keep going?
Anyways, I'll do the movie review for One Night in Miami.
Why was I invited to watch this movie?
You're welcome to watch the movie. And
Hold on. Who gave you the idea to watch the movie?
I said it on the last episode.
Did
I
you?
said I really want to see that fucking movie.
What's it about?
It's got Ali, Sam Cooke, I want to say Malcolm X, and somebody else.
Oh, it's old as shit, huh?
No, it's not the... What the fuck?
You said it has fucking Malcolm X.
People playing
The roles. Okay, that's totally different than you saying it's based off a story with Malcolm X.
Yeah, Malcolm X isn't fucking Ronald Reagan. He wasn't in movies.
How the fuck do I know that?
I don't know. I just assume that while fight training, Ali didn't have a lot of time to also be a Hollywood superstar.
Jesus Christ. You're a fucking goddamn mess.
Anyways. And
Maybe I will watch it.
Tommy, you know what I'm getting you for the Super Bowl?
Well,
Super Bowl Sunday. Podcast time. We're going to do the top Sega games because I know you've been waiting. I know that's the system you want to talk about.
So here's the
doing
thing,
Super Bowl
Pat.
Sunday.
I don't know if I told you this or if I told Mason this, but I went through the Sega games. I don't remember a lot of them. Not only do I not remember a lot of them, I don't remember any of them except for Sonic.
Tom, for the last month, you've been talking about how involved you're going to be when we do the Sega episode.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm not going to be involved. I really thought I was, man. And then I started thinking about it, right? And I know that, we're running a little long here, but I don't remember playing a lot of games when I was a kid. I don't remember
Seems
a lot
like
from
you're
being a
playing games
kid.
with my emotions on this fucking podcast, and you're a big part of the Sonic episode.
Maybe when we get the PlayStation. You want to do PlayStation instead?
Whatever game console you want to do on Sunday, we'll do.
PC.
Is that a game console?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
The Forest. That's the only thing you need to watch.
We're not watching something. We're discussing the top games.
Well, I can tell you about what's going on in the Forest. So basically, what it is Mason and I landed in on this plane, right? And I had my little kid with me, Timmy. But Timmy gets taken by son, and I'm all dazed and confused, and I can't see what's going on.
I got to say, we did this Sunday morning.
Yeah, but more stuff has happened. Now we're in the caves. There's these big baby things that we got to fucking kill.
Did one of you get killed inside of one of those caves, and then you guys had to go back and get that person's
Dude,
stuff,
if
which
you were
was-
watching a live stream last night, you would have saw, which this would have been Tuesday night for you guys listening on
Is
Thursday.
this when Mason died in the air and then he couldn't get his stuff?
No, that was on way while ago. Mason, this is fucking hilarious. Mason and I finally got to the snowy part of the mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and we're up there, and I'm chopping down trees and shit because I'm like, we got to build a fort or something for over here. And Mason decides to take his turtle shell out and go sliding down the hill. Well, when he gets to the bottom of the hill, it's a fucking cliff, and he flies off to the beach, right? So he takes a bunch of fall damage, and he has to run around the mountain, and it's a long fucking mountain to get around. He gets attacked, right? So now I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go save him, right? Because he's down.
Sure.
I kill a boar on my way, take the skin. I get over there, and I'm making a Molotov cocktail to throw down because they're all hovering over Mason's body, so there's no way I'm gonna get him. And all of a sudden, I get fucking ransacked from the back. So I go to fall down the mountain, like kind of like skid down.
Yeah.
I fucking fall and kill myself. So now me and Mason have to respawn at the plane, dude. We're forever away from where our bags are, and we got to run away or run over there. We get in the water, there's fucking alligators in the goddamn water attacking us. Then we get out, and there's all kinds of fucking cannibals trying to eat us. It was wild, man, but we got our bags back. We're good.
I was actually going to send in a story. There is an alligator on the fucking loose. I don't know where the story takes place, Tom. I'm going to assume Florida. There's an alligator on the loose with a fucking knife in his skull. Somebody went one-on-one with this alligator, and all that's left is the knife in this alligator's skull. Chris said your game was fun to watch for sure.
It was. You should watch more often, Pat. You can interact with the number 9ers in the stream. I played there's something else. But anyway, so you ready to do this? Would you rather?
I sure am.
Let's get the fuck out of here, Pat.
Have you?
What?
No, go ahead. Have you thought about your answer?
Yes. Have you decided what your answer is?
I knew my answer the second I posed the question.
Cool.
Oh, Erica says she watched you guys play last night.
She did. She also brought me down Fig Newtons, and they were delicious.
Oh, Fig Newtons. Last time I had Fig Newtons, I puked everywhere.
You had Fig Newtons on Sunday?
No, it was a different day, unfortunately.
All right, Pat, let's hear your would you rather.
All right. Let me preface this by saying Mason says we should send Bret Hart to excellently execute the alligator. Worst case scenario, Bret wins. Motherfucking Mason. I don't know how you have a beef with the pink and black attack, the excellence of execution, but it's insane to me that you don't consider him as at least the top one wrestlers of all time. Fucking ridiculous.
It sounds like Mason barely considers him a wrestler.
I think Mason just does it to get my goat. I think Mason fully respects the Hitman.
I don't think he does. At least I hope he doesn't.
I digress. This Would You Rather has us completely torn down the middle with everybody I've talked to. It's almost like every other answer swings the pendulum the other way. We are at a deadlock 50-50. We need feedback from the number 9ers. We cannot do this without you. Mason said at this point he is closer to a carrot or squash. Get it? A vegetable. Mason, you savagely attacking the single greatest wrestler in the history of the business is unnecessary, sir.
It's fucking hilarious. All right.
Anyways, Mason, we should do an episode on what we feel to be the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling sometime. Anyway.
Stone Cold, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, The Rock.
Well, Mount Rushmore is 4, so that's what you get.
Oh, I was going to do 5.
Those 4 good picks. All right, moving on. 2021 Bret Hart versus Lex Luger. You're a piece of shit. Lex Luger's in a wheelchair. Anyways. The Would You Rather that has everybody dying to know which way the votes are going to be tallied. Tom, would you rather be put in a docking situation or be pegged by your wife? Now, before you answer.
Hold on. Explain what docking is, because I didn't know.
Docking is where 2 erect penises, one circumcised, one uncircumcised, go pee hole to pee hole, and the uncircumcised penis's extra skin is then pulled over the circumcised penis's head, creating what looks like a docking station. Pegging is where your wife puts a strap-on dildo on and fucks you to pieces.
So I have a question before I answer this.
Go ahead.
Do I get to pick the size of the strap-on?
No, you also don't get to pick the size of the penis you're docking with. So, Tom, would you rather...
by my wife.
Okay.
100%.
so fucking gay.
Hold on.
You would rather get fucked in your ass
Yes.
than touch skin to skin with another dude.
Hold on. So, just so we're clear here, I thought, and then I would assume, and I would have to look up the definition because I'm going solely off your word of what docking is,
Sure.
is that you would do that and go until the person finishes.
So you're worried about somebody dumping some romantic
I don't want to
maple
touch my
syrup
penis
on your
with another
penis?
person's penis.
No, I understand that neither one of the options is tempting, Tom. That's why it's called a would you rather. But if you had the choice between touching the tip of somebody else's dick with the tip of your dick,
hold on. So your answer is you rather dock with another dude.
I would dock with 3 dudes before I let some chick strap on a dildo. And
It's not
fuck
some
me in
chick
the
though;
ass.
it's your wife.
I don't give a fuck whose wife it is.
I'm telling you right now, I much rather, because I know my wife. I don't know whose fucking penis I'm gonna be fucking docking with. Because to be honest with you, I have no idea any guy I know if they're uncircumcised or circumcised besides my brother, and that's only because we're brothers.
Okay.
Okay, so
what you're saying is,
I'm not getting back. What the fuck, man? I thought for
thank you, Tim. Thank you.
I thought for sure that fucking Tim would be on my side with this one.
It's amazing how torn everybody is. Here's the thing.
I'm not touching my dick to another man's
You don't
dick.
think your wife has pent up aggression inside of her? Think of every time you've made a joke about her being a woman or her being old, okay? Think of how many times you could have done more around the house than you did.
My
Think
wife
of how many
knows,
times you
first off-
skipped out on a holiday that she went over the top for. She's going to get you back in one good old-fashioned fucking, Tom.
My wife would never do that with me in the bed. She absolutely loves me.
She's not going to make love to you that night. She's going to fuck your
I don't-
brains out.
I don't think that's true.
You are going to be shitting everywhere.
Okay.
I'm with phobic on this one. Getting fucked in the ass is gay.
I think taking a rubber or silicone object in a butt is way less gay than skin on skin, tip to tip. Yeah, I'm kind of with Mason on this one, dude. And not that like I'm down to get stuff put in my butt, but if I had to do it, I'm putting it in my butt before I touch another man's dick.
It's
With my
amazing
dick.
to me how torn we are over this. This is almost like standard sit, ball, or fold. I mean, this is remarkable how torn we are. And I didn't even think that it was going to be that. I thought that it would be funny to pose the question, but then the people that I posed it to, there were like 8 of us in the room, and they immediately divided, and it was 4-on-4.
Oh, this sounds even
Erica
worse.
says, so Urban Dictionary says that docking, they become stuck together like a Chinese finger trap, and then they both ejaculate. Mason said no penile CPR. I don't know how long it would take to ejaculate from a man's foreskin being pulled over the tip of my penis, but I would sooner find out than have somebody fuck me in the ass. I will tell you that.
I do the F.
Phobic Squirrel said I do the F and I don't get F'd. How long did it take you to write that in the chat? Because it's all censored. Oh, it's fucking great.
All right.
Anyways, yeah, that's our question. We're expecting mail-in answers, and we expect them fucking in heavy quantities. Erica said, it says the sensation is so intense that it just happens. Phobic said forever.
Phobic knows, huh? I think you're mad about the chat.
I'm curious if in the docking situation, right, who's moving the foreskin back and forth?
I don't want, dude. This is making my.
Is this a guy giving me a
talking
tugger,
about this
or
is
am I
almost
tugging
worse.
the guy? Mason said Bret Hart and Dangerous Dan dock all the time. Who the fuck is Dangerous Dan? Do you mean Dangerous Danny Davis?
I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. Anyway, guys, that's the show. Pat, anything you want to say?
I say, good day.
Did you mean Dana? Oh, yeah, he said yes. Hold on, let's watch. Hey, since I didn't want to do this for a podcast, but let's watch this video of Phobic sent.
Hey! Hey!
Exterior Grand Central Station.
Take one.
We'll put in
Whoa,
your,
whoa, 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 whoa. No, sir. It's all right. Just trying to get some wild sound.
What the hell are you doing out here, Fred?
I'm the sound guy. Just trying to get sound, Will. Just a wild sound from out here, so you just
What
keep
the
it quiet.
hell?
Sir, every time you speak, I got to start from scratch. To start over.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yep. Everyone settle. Mr. Smith, settle. Thank you. I'm sorry. Just for a second.
No!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, take it easy.
what's the
What the hell are you
Gmail?
doing out here, Fred?
I'm already told you. I'm just trying to get
The
some
number
sound.
9
How did you get out
podcast.
here?
I came in a small van.
That's
Fred,
Gmail.
if you're real, you better tell me right now.
I'm very
If you're
real.
you better
I'm just
tell me
getting
right
wild
now.
sound, okay? Sir, no. Listen, I'm just a sound guy.
Fred,
I am the real
if you're
sound
real,
guy.
you
Okay,
better
sir,
tell me right
we
now.
can do this.
If you're real,
wanna
you better tell me
You
right
want to do
now.
it? I don't think so. Put it down. Yeah. I am legend. No. Yeah.
Damn it, Fred!
Now I get my tone. Everybody quiet on the
Damn
set.
it.
You want to stop? Quiet on the set. Let's get it. Exterior, Grand Central Station. Could have been easy. All right, that's good. That's lunch.
Kevin James is always pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, it was not funny. Oh, fucking losing it. All right, guys. We'll catch up with you guys. Mason, see you Saturday night. Phobic, see you Saturday night. Hopefully you're on with us. Deuce.
I say good day.